course, know my first guest from such films as True Lies and 9 Months, and most recently, the movie Animal Factory. Well, please welcome our good pal, Tom Arnold. I don't mean this in any kind of weird. You just look good. I think the man looks good. I do.
Oh, well, thank you.
Look at that.
That's really nice. That's really nice. You look good too. Seriously, you look good. You're a little conservative tonight. That's good.
Yes, I am. I'm dressing for the occasion. You never know what's going to happen.
You know, can I make an observation about your town here, about New York,
yes,
which is your town? It is it's hard on people here. You know, it beats. I was sitting outside the Regency watching people, and there are more people with limps in this town than any town in the world. Every third person is dragging a leg or something. It just beats them down, and it's getting cold. And people, they either go one way. If they're fashion conscious, they wear very thin coats that you know can't keep them warm, or they go the other way with the giant parkas and the big beaver helmets. You know what I mean? So it's a crazy place.
I have noticed that every other, like, you're right, about every third person in New York looks like they've been beaten with a pipe.
Right, exactly.
Just that's this town.
It is the town.
Just people look like they've been in an alley fight.
Exactly.
And are you keeping up with this presidential race? Are you excited about this?
Well, I am. You know, the night of the election, because I campaigned for Al Gore back in Iowa and stuff. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. A little late, but it was, which was very, very exciting, you know.
Right.
But I tell you, it reminds me, you know, because that night I went to bed thinking that George Bush had won. You know, get up in the morning, it's not over,
right?
You know, and then it's been going on, and it reminds me of something, and you may remember this from 1994, my first divorce. Remember when?
From Roseanne.
Yeah, because
you can say your name,
yeah,
right? You don't mind. Roseanne.
Exactly.
Roseanne.
But same thing happened. I got served the papers, you know, thinking it was over. Went to bed, woke up. She wanted to reconcile, you know, and so it was like back and forth. And CNN announced the divorce, you know, like they do.
I think the country was as gripped by that.
They were gripped by that, and it went back and forth for a month, and then finally, you know, I was out.
You were
out. But I think the same thing after the month. I think that what I hope Al Gore realizes this too. I think I'm better off. And I think maybe Al Gore's better off, too. You know,
it's a weird analogy to try and make.
It is a weird analogy.
Your marriage to Roseanne is like Gore's pursuit of the presidency. I'm not sure it's the same thing.
Well, you know, it's interesting because I think it's better this way. The sudden you lost thing is very painful. There's an old story about the guy that went out of town. His brother took care of his house, and he gets a call. Hey, listen, bad news. The cat died. He goes, oh, my God, my cat died. That's terrible. Why, don't just tell me that. You know, bring it to me slower. You know, call me and say the cat ran away. And then call me back. Hey, the cat's on the roof. And then, you know, the cat died. Break it slow.
Right.
And so his brother says, I know. Okay, I understand. So he gets called the next day. Mom's on the roof. You know, so, you know.
Well,
you know.
You know what? I like that joke, but that has nothing to do with this election.
It really doesn't. It doesn't. But it's, you know, I think it's been very exciting. I just want to say,
it would be good, you know, and I hate to break in like this, but it just occurred to me. You would make a great presidential candidate, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
You have nothing to hide. You are a guy who goes out of your way to come out and tell people every seamy, sordid, despicable tidbit from your life.
And do you think that's working for me? I'm not sure.
You're here, aren't you?
Yeah, that is true.
On the biggest show on television.
That is very true. I hope we don't get preempted tonight, but, you know, that is true. That is true. Thank you.
Now, speaking of Gore,
I'd like to be the governor of Iowa if I had a choice. I don't think, because, you know, people know about the past with the drugs and the crack smoking, and I did inhale, but I think
I don't think anyone knew about the crack.
Oh.
I think you just screwed up on that one.
No, okay.
You all know about the crack.
Well, now they do.
And the murder. You all know about the murder. What murder, Tom? There was a murder in '68.
No.
So you think, what about Gore's Christmas party?
Well,
Someone told me
tomorrow.
You're going to Gore's
Christmas?
That'll be if he loses, what kind of party? If Gore loses, is his Christmas party going to be like?
I think it'll be. I think it looks like he might lose probably, but I think he'll be relieved. I've been kind of concerned about him because he's put on some weight.
He does. When you see the footage now, he's actually, since he stopped campaigning.
Yeah, he's like the fat Elvis. Yeah, he's put on some weight, and I'm concerned because you know you get out of that stress, and believe me, I understand that. You get out of that stress. I think, you know what, you got to respect the guy. You really got to respect him. 51 million people voted for him. Darn it, he did not quit. Honest to God, he did everything he could, and I will always respect him for that. I think America should. You know, but, and you know what?
You know what? I think exactly 50% of America feels the same way.
Well, that's true. And I think
the other 50% think, well, lawyers, what are you, crazy?
Right, but I think it's been good, and I think that, you know what, no matter what, he doesn't get that job. He's still got his wife and his kids, so you know he's going to be okay.
He's going to be limping on the streets of New York.
He will be limping on the streets. And George Bush, you know, if anything, this has hopefully made him more humble. It's probably made both people more humble. So I think George Bush will be a better president because of all this.
You think this has been good for if whoever wins?
Absolutely.
That's the most insane point I've ever heard.
No, I think when you realize that, you know, if he had just got elected and been on this roll, you know, but now he had to go back and had all this criticism and back and forth, it's made him think, and maybe he's got to think about the whole country.
It has not made him think.
Okay.
Okay.
Boy, that Jim Baker's a scary dude, isn't he?
Let's talk about happier things.
Okay.
You have a new girlfriend.
Well, I do.
And did you get a Christmas gift for her yet?
Well, you know what? She's a tough nut to crack because she's my usual pattern. My usual pattern is to buy somebody a lot of stuff and then get them to like me that way, and then worry about, you know, later on. Hopefully they'll like me for the other things, right?
Which clearly has not worked for you.
No, it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. And it was so funny because I got a call from my last ex-wife, Julie, and she said, Tom, you need to find somebody that's not about money and what you could do for them, that really likes you for you, and please send me my check. You know, that was that conversation. But this...
Or I'll break your legs.
Exactly. This woman is very nice. She won't let me buy her stuff. And so, you know, it's a little confusing on how to, you know, deal with this.
So what do you think you're going to get her? Do you know?
Well, you know, I'm going to... is it on there?
What?
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm going to... it's going to be a surprise. It's going to be a surprise. I thought, I don't even know.
I thought I'd try a spontaneous question, see what happens.
I know, it's scary, but I thought maybe I don't...
We must get back to the text.
No, I'm sorry.
Tell me, Tom.
No.
Do you mourn the loss of Roseanne?
No, exactly. I didn't. No, I don't. I can't say because it has to be a surprise.
Oh, right, it's a surprise.
That's why. That scares me.
She's not watching.
Yeah, exactly. Don't believe me.
What are your actual holiday plans? What does Tom Arnold like to do?
We are going to go to Maui, which myself and a lot of my friends go there. It's a great time. And last year I was Santa Claus for all my friends.
You played Santa for the kids?
For all the Jewish kids, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the kids are Jewish?
Yeah, the kids are Jewish. My friends are Jewish. Their second wives are not Jewish, but the kids then are you know, a little Jewish. And so I played Santa, and they rented me a suit, and it was all hot from the last Santa and stinky. So this year, I know. And
so what was... It was hot. What was the last Santa doing in the suit?
Yeah, well, he was, you know what Santas do. And so this year...
That's the most sordid thing I've ever... You know what Santas do.
But this year, what I did is I had my own suit made by the guy that made the Grinch, his suit, and I got
like
this
a really good suit.
A really nice suit, and it breathes and everything. And they haven't asked me to be Santa this year, which is I felt it's a little awkward.
Do you think you freaked out the kids last year?
I think I may have.
How bad was this suit? Well,
no, it was a suit. It was I was sweating. It was Maui, and I was sweating like a junkie. You know, I was sweating, and I had my glasses were fogged up, and the kids, and then I got real nervous, like I do.
So you were twitching and sweating,
right? Because you know,
and
you start
scratching
sweating.
a lot.
Exactly. And the kids, you know, and so they haven't asked me, so I don't know. Should I bring the suit to Maui just in case they ask me? Is that weird or what? You know, I don't know what to do. I got this suit made, and they're my friends. They probably don't want to hurt my feelings, right? So I don't know what to do. I
don't think they want you to be Santa, I think.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to break it to you.
Okay.
Now, a happy...
That's okay.
No, we'll cheer you up. This is something we can relate. I have a dog. You just got a dog.
I did get a dog.
Isn't it great when you get a dog?
It is so great because Shelby is my girlfriend, but we got this dog and we got this dog, and the great thing about this dog is it makes it so Shelby has to come over to the house a lot to spend time with the dog, right?
Right.
So, you know, I live there too, so I get to see her also, which is great. And she loves this dog. I see her with this dog, you know, and she's so excited. And the
dog makes her happy.
The dog makes her so happy. She gives this dog so much love. And I'm just like, you know, and the dog poops, and she's like, oh, Chloe, yeah, you know. And I'm like, I want some of that, you know, and you know how that is. You know?
Want some of what?
I want some of that praise.
The praise.
The praise, you know.
Okay, you gotta tell these stories correctly, or it sounds weird. My dog's pooping and I'm thinking, I want some of
Yeah.
that. It just doesn't sound right. You gotta, it's about order. Order is important when you tell a story.
Exactly.
You want that same unconditional love.
Well, that's what it is, too. And it's also about control. I gotta be careful because I sometimes try to control people because I don't want to, you know, I want them to fix my insecurities. But you can influence people, my therapist tells me, just not control them. You can influence people. So, but it's a lot easier to influence them if they're under your control. See,
Right,
so
right.
it's a real, you know.
This is tricky.
Yeah, it is.
You know what's weird? I love it when you come on the show. You're really funny and everything, and I'm also always transfixed because I'm waiting for you to take a breath. You know? I'm like, take a breath fast. You're just gonna go over. Well, thank you very much for coming.
You.
It's great to have you on the show.
Happy holidays. It's great to see you,
Happy
too.
holidays to you, Tom.
Thanks, buddy.
And the best. Tom Arnold, everybody. Mark Feuerstein. Funny, talented guy coming up. We'll be right back.